Welcome to episode 7 of the LorainCounty.com Business Insights Podcast. I'm your host, Ed Skimin, and today we're talking with Max Schaefer, Executive Director for Main Street Lorain. Join us as Max delves into the vibrant heart of downtown Lorain and how Main Street Lorain plays an important role in its continued revitalization. We'll discuss the unique partnerships and community engagement driving this transformation. Max will also share his personal journey from growing up in Lorain and graduating from Southview High School to returning home after college and becoming actively involved in the community. Max and I first crossed paths around 2015 when he worked for the Lorain County Auditor's Office. We reconnected shortly after he joined Main Street Lorain, and we collaborated on the Eat, Drink, and Win initiative that encouraged residents to support local restaurants during COVID. Let me also add that this episode is important to me personally. I grew up just 5 blocks west of downtown Lorain. I've witnessed the ups and downs and dynamic shifts of downtown Lorain for over 4 decades. I understand the challenges and headwinds, but believe in the potential and its importance to the entire county. Here is my conversation with Max Schaefer.
Max Schaefer, I'm the Executive Director for Main Street Lorain. We are downtown Lorain's neighborhood development organization. We are a part of the National Main Street Coalition. There are statewide partners as well. We work with Heritage Ohio. They are the organization that wrangles together all of the Main Street groups. We came about after a series of charrettes, which are community conversations happening throughout the city of Lorain back in 2017. The Historical Society sponsored that. What came forward from that was a grassroots community movement known as Lorain Proud. A lot of people see hashtag Lorain Proud on social media nowadays. And a lot of folks that were involved with that were starting to come together as we were seeing some development, some excitement in downtown Lorain, new businesses came together and wanted to formalize it. So a group of community leaders, business owners, city officials came together, multiple listening sessions, brainstorming sessions. Should we have a CDC? Should this be built into the city's community development, building housing planning department? Should the Port Authority just run it, and should it be a branch of them? Ultimately, they settled upon the Main Street model, and so that's where we are. We have a board of directors. We're a nonprofit organization, but we really focus neighborhood development and community development around the 4-point approach of Main Street, which is organization, design, promotions, and economic vitality. And we work with our community to build a stronger and more vibrant downtown Lorain.
And what do you consider your district?
Yeah, so when I talk to folks about it, I'm mostly talking obviously about the Broadway business corridor. West Erie to the underpass on Broadway is the main focus of our organization, but then the adjoining residential neighborhoods, a couple blocks west of that, the Lakeshore, and just east of the bridge as well. So the Marina, the Harbor Walk neighborhood that has the shipyards, event center, restaurant, coffee shop. That is what I mean when I'm talking about downtown Lorain. To have a successful and vibrant downtown, you need to have the support from the community. And so we want to make sure that we are focusing on that residential neighborhood as well.
Talk about some of the different partners that you work with.
We're just a little over 4 years old. We officially formed in 2019. And so we've been building our partnership base year after year. It has grown. And so a good chunk of our partners are the small businesses that exist in downtown Lorain. You know, our first board president was Kurt Hernan, owner of Speak of the Devil, co-owner with his wife, Paige. We have a good chunk of Broadway businesses as partners for our organization. If they're in downtown Lorain, we're promoting them across social media and traditional marketing. We're making sure that we're drawing people to the small businesses that are located in our footprint in downtown Lorain. We're highlighting folks on our newsletters. For those members that exist in Avon Lake, Avon, Vermilion, Oberlin, Elyria, they're seeing a reason to invest in our organization and to invest in downtown Lorain. We're a large city. We have a lot of folks who, much to my chagrin, spend money outside of downtown Lorain, and they are partnering with Main Street Lorain to make sure that they get that badge, that they are a Main Street Lorain member, that they are endorsed by our organization, that they're investing in that community, and hopefully they'll see some benefits as well, right? So if it is a nursing home or a printing company or a nonprofit, they can say that they are Main Street Lorain members, and maybe some folks will see that and support their business as well. It's not just downtown Lorain businesses that are supporting or investing in our organization and our mission. It's folks from across the county, which is really exciting.
And you mentioned individuals can join also?
Yes, we do have an individual and family rate that starts at $25 a year. That's a tax deductible donation to a 501c3 nonprofit. Any individual or business or organization that joins as an official partner has a vote at our annual meeting, which is nice. At that meeting, we usually approve who's going to be on our board. It's a great networking opportunity. You get thrown on a couple email lists that give you a heads up on all the events that are happening in downtown Lorain. Some of our partner events like Firefisher International Festival, Summer Market, things that we're not actually putting on, but that we're promoting because we're really strong partners with them.
What are the benefits that kind of accrue beyond just the members or the people directly involved in the organization?
We have those conversations a lot, right? Because we can show people on a spreadsheet what they're officially getting. You get a Main Street Lorain decal, you get a highlight on our newsletter. But really, when you're investing in Main Street Lorain, you're investing in our downtown. You're allowing us to put on First Fridays that folks can come to for free, bring music to downtown Lorain. It allows us to run our DORA program that's all run through Main Street Lorain, our designated outdoor refreshment area. It allows us to continue bringing Shakespeare in the Park to downtown Lorain. Free performance, professional actors from the Cleveland Shakespeare Festival, twice a year, completely free for anybody in the community to come out and enjoy. It allows us to continue our beautification projects, our cleanup projects. And then on the more technical side, it's an investment in the small business community that is growing in downtown Lorain. So we can bring trainings to Lorain for business owners, for building owners, to make sure that if they're taking on a historic preservation project, right? New windows, new awnings, new facade. We're bringing in experts usually once or twice a year to talk to business owners, again, for free, to learn best practices on how to do that. We're hosting tax credit workshops. So really, it's an investment in our mission, which is to create a vibrant and accessible downtown Lorain.
What's something that most people don't know about Main Street Lorain that you would like them to know?
I always need to thank our volunteers. And I'm the employee. I'm the one that goes on Facebook Live sometimes. The emails are coming from me. But this organization does not run through me. This organization runs through our board, our committee members, our volunteers, hundreds of individuals who are giving their time, their resources, their talents and gifts to this organization, to ensuring that Main Street Lorain is growing and thriving, and ultimately that downtown Lorain is experiencing that excitement, that vibrancy that we're trying to create, a thriving neighborhood. That happens because there are people from Lorain giving time and effort and resources. They're putting projects together behind the scenes. They're donating a few hours every month to make sure that there's exciting things happening in downtown Lorain.
What brought you to Main Street Lorain? What's your background and how'd you end up here?
I am born and raised in Lorain. I grew up on West 29th Street and proud graduate of Southview High School, 2009. I went off to college not very far away, but I went to Baldwin Wallace, and for the first time in my young adult life had been surrounded by individuals who most people there looked like me, but it came from very different backgrounds. And that gave me a greater appreciation for the community that I grew up in, the diverse natures, the diverse neighborhoods, schools, groups, sports teams that I played with. Coming from a city that embraced diversity and where I experienced family parties, families who celebrated differently than my family did, and going to a friend's house who had family dinner differently than I did, who were cooking things differently than I did, who were listening to different music, who were worshiping differently. I put such a high value on that diversity that kind of surrounded me in the city of Lorain, and I realized that I wanted to come back and invest in my community, the community that made me who I was. And so after graduating from Baldwin Wallace, I looked for any volunteer opportunity that could come to be. The first group that I really started volunteering with was the Historical Society, and Barb Piscopo, the executive director of LHS, was new to her position. I was very excited to be able to work with them. I was working with their oral history projects, putting pictures to voice, right? Very simple things. Worked as a tour guide at the Moore House for a little while. Then I ended up getting a position through AmeriCorps at Second Harvest Food Bank, where I worked for a little bit, and that provided additional connections in a really great sense, right? I worked in the warehouse there. I worked in the front office there with Julie Cruz-Blair, who's now the executive director for Leadership Lorain County. And she was able to take me on some of her outreach visits. And one of those was to El Centro. And so I got to work at a couple farmers markets at El Centro that summer and get to know Victor Leandri, his staff. I joined the board of El Centro through that connection, and really just it started rolling from there. After I worked for the Lorain County Auditor's Office for 3 years, I got a job at the Ohio Environmental Council as their Northeast Ohio director. Again, focusing on building relations, building community, that time around environmental issues, clean water, clean air, clean land. But again, it opened a number of doors through networking, through communications. And when this opportunity popped up, I said to myself, this is the perfect job for me, for somebody who wants to invest in their community. I had no idea if I had a shot at getting hired, but I was really excited to potentially get the opportunity to interview for the position. And here I've been now for 2.5 years. I love the organization, love, like I said, our board of directors who make my life easier by giving their time and energy and efforts to the cause. It has been great. And anything from professional to personal life, again, my mission is to make my neighborhood, my community, my city a little bit better. In any way possible, this job provides that. So I'm extremely lucky and grateful.
In your 2.5 years, what are you most proud of accomplishing, or what do you look forward to accomplishing?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of growth in downtown. And so what makes me most prideful is when we get those unsolicited compliments from folks in the community, from residents of Lorain or people just driving through and visiting, and one of our events was going on, and every once in a while we get those random compliments of, thank you for doing this. I've noticed the difference, right? I left, this is my first time that I've been back in Lorain. I'm visiting family. My first time back in 10 years, and we can see the difference. We can tell the difference, not just the physical difference of what downtown looks like, right, from the streetscape project back in 2018 through 2020, but we could just tell by people's attitudes, how people are engaging with each other. It's always exciting to hear those compliments. So just through the programming that we're doing, the projects that we're doing, the people that we're engaging, the conversations that we're having, when I get to hear that positive feedback, it feels great to be able to provide a little bit of that positive energy. And again, I make sure to let people know that it is a group effort. It is a community effort, that it's not even just Main Street Lorain. There's a number of organizations, businesses, nonprofits that are adding to this vibrancy, to this excitement. And it is a collective effort because nothing happens alone in a silo. And there's so many great groups working on things to better the neighborhood, better the city, and to create more vibrancy in the lives of the people of Lorain. That's what it's all about, and that's what I'm most excited about moving forward.
Where can folks get more information?
Yeah, our website is www.mainstreetlorainohio.org. We do have a Facebook page, Main Street Lorain, and an Instagram account, so you can find us on there.
Thank you very much for your time, Max.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the LorainCounty.com Business Insights Podcast. We hope you found this conversation informative and that it provided some ideas that will help your business continue to grow. Please follow us on your favorite podcast platform to hear each episode where we shine a spotlight on local resources that will boost your business. And we want to hear from you. Email ed@loraincounty.com to share your feedback and topic ideas.